Good morning.
Was that Joe Walsh that I just heard in there? We spent how many years as kids trying to imitate that? Spent the last year. How many times do you guys change it when you go, couldn't get much higher?
No, we have no problem with that reference, Dave.
Still
None
use
whatsoever.
That is the best syllable ever. Higher.
Hey, Dave.
And you know every single syllable, every moment of that music, just like you know mine. Yes, there was a segue.
You know, Dave, while you're talking about music that you heard when you were younger, what was the first album you ever bought with your own money?
The first single that I ever bought was from a soul singer named Major Lance. Major Lance. And although you might not recognize that name, he had a song that was the funniest looking title on paper. It was and it goes and then the first album immediately after that was the second Beatles record, which, you're not going to believe this, is sitting right over on the scanner as I'm talking right now. That album, that one, not one like it. And I've always saved all my vinyl records. I have huge stacks of vinyl records that go all the way back to 1963. And I was taught by my parents that those are to be treasured like a musical instrument. That somebody, even though it's a piece of plastic, that somebody spent their life to make it sound like what's there. And somebody spent their life to take the photo. And somebody spent their life to learn how to record it. So out of respect, don't lose the record. Take care of it. And that kind of goes into all the music we've ever written ever since. What about you guys? You got record collections?
We have fantastic record collections.
Yeah.
Mine consists of a lot of stuff from your catalog, including the solo and the Van Halen material, which, by the way, I think is something you're going to be drawing from as you go up to the House of Blues in Vegas on January and March as you do your residency up there. Here's a question. You played Vegas way back before it was sort of a in vogue thing to do. This isn't going to be a Mambo Slammers type deal. This is a full-on rock show?
Oh, you bet it is, and I take it very seriously. I'm the face of Van Halen from this point on, most likely. I'm not sure what's happening with Ed, but probably not going to answer the bell this time. And it's not my place to guess, but we've been in touch. The fellows who I'm working with in terms of my road crew and the amps come from Van Halen. And I got some 25-year-olds who we carry the torch here, and we take it very seriously. Name of my corporation is Laugh to Win, and it's got nothing to do with birthday cups.
Now, are you implying that Edward is in dealing with some health issues?
I hear all the same rumors that you do, and
Okay.
It's not my place to guess.
All right. We'll leave it at that.
A couple of canceled tours here, and what you're expecting is some of the most familiar classic rock of the entire playlist. I have 20, 25 songs that if you go ahead and play a game when you hang up, you'll be astonished. I was. I thought, all right, you really got me, Jamie, dance. And they kept going and going and going. And it's pretty rare in this genre of music that this kind of classic that you have that much that is instantly familiar. It's universal. And if you couple that kind of a song list with my Christ-like humility, then you've got yourself one walloping weekend. I am Las Vegas. I include rock and roll, but I include rodeo, I include hip-hop, I include gambling, I include midnight when everybody becomes guilty, I include various states of, I don't know, let's go to the all-you-can-eat buffet for breakfast, and there's an attitude to Las Vegas. It's where we go to celebrate whatever living life large means to you. And we do the victory dance there, and I think maybe I've been the voice of that for quite some time. What do you think? Yes? No?
Yes. So you've got the whole cavalcade of music there. You know, there's a rumor that there was a potential reunion of the Eat 'Em and Smile band as well that was supposed to happen a while back. Now, with the sort of the layoff that's going on with your Van Halen project, and after you do this thing, what's going to be next for David Lee Roth? New music, or is there potential for that Eat 'Em and Smile reunion?
No, there is no after. This is where you go to perfect and really expand. This is where you can tune that room and you can get a bigger and a bigger space. This is where those lights are quickie 4-hour sound checks with everybody beat and tired after 10-hour bus rides and airplanes. This is where every major artist wants to get to. If you're young and you're popular enough, like a Miley Cyrus or a Gaga, you could put thousands in those seats. You head there instantly. Folks like us, we've had to tour and travel and earn our way up. So I've got Aerosmith right across the street. I've got Journey right down the street. And we're all there on the same night. For an audience member, it is heaven. And yeah, there's plenty to do before, after, and during, because this is not a smoke-free zone. This is not, gee, can I get a drink? Well, you have to get. It's all right there for you. And as a music fan, a religious music fan, I am unforgiving as an audience member. I know how every note of everything should go, and I want it perfect.
You just mentioned some of the other bands that are right around you in Vegas. When you are at home, who are your famous neighbors?
At home, I don't think I have any famous neighbors here. I am infamous in this neighborhood, but that's just because I listen to a lot of the hip-hop channel.
How much time are you spending split between the United States and Japan these days?
Not so much. Japan is a full-time commitment. You balancing back and forth, it's wherever the dog is where I'm living. And
by the way, condolences,
so to speak, is in Los Angeles here.
Condolences on the loss of Russell, by the way. I as a dog guy, I was very, very sad to hear that.
I had to send Russ off to heaven. But you know what? I took my dog to Japan. And as a pale face, once you step outside that rock and roll bubble, that's a very interesting culture. Rock and roll folks will all tell you, because you'll interview them and go, how do you like Japan? They'll tell you, it's amazing, the people, the food. You're there for 2 weeks.
So, Dave,
once you step outside the bubble, then you're on your own. And you know what? Rock and roll is a great passport. People see me, they smile. They used to see me with my dog, they double smile. I'm the kind of music that makes people stand up and imitate me when they see me. I don't think you do that so much for Sting.
So, Dave, we should mention that tickets go on sale for your Vegas residency, which is early January, and then a bunch more in March. They go on sale on Saturday. Do you remember your first beer? That's something we ask every guest we have.
Okay. I think the first gateway drug, the real gateway drug, is not marijuana. Never was. I think the original gateway drug is ice-cold Budweiser in the short can on an August night with a Marlboro cigarette and an American cheerleader on the back of a pickup truck.
Beautiful.
And is that your first beer? Is that the scene?
I'm going to leave it at that, okay, because that'll summarize my first beers. I'm going to have to go plural right off the bat.
Sure. Well, we appreciate you taking time out for us. It's the House of Blues, January 8th, 10th, and 11th, March 18th, 20th, 21st, 25th, 27th, and 28th. It's sort of a broken-up residency. Diamond David Lee Roth rocks Vegas, and we appreciate you taking time out for Mark and Neanderthal this morning. Thank you, David.
Hey, I'll see you in Sin City. See you there.
Sounds great.